from LA to the Bay.
Hey. It's called Being Blank, and I'm your host, Maria Sid Medina.
All right, Reena, Tolentino.
People call me RT.
Oh, RT, sorry. Why?
It's
You don't
okay.
like your full name?
No, I do. Just in the art world, people know me as RT.
RT. Okay, girl. Okay, RT, I got you. I got you. I'm so excited to sit down with you.
I'm excited to sit down with you too.
Are you nervous?
A little bit.
What?
I'm not really nervous. I was just thinking about what are we going to talk about?
Girl, we got a lot to talk about. We got a lot to unpack. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to baby RT.
Aw.
Aw. First of all, you're Filipino American.
Yes.
Just want to establish that. So we'll talk about lots of Filipino things later. Tell me where you were born, first of all.
I was born in downtown LA.
Cool. Okay, so you're from Cali.
LA represent.
Let's make it clear right now. You are in the Bay right now.
Yeah, I'm in the Bay. I love the Bay. It's so beautiful out here.
And we'll talk about why you're in the Bay later. And then let's talk about how you got started, because you actually were or are in the industry.
Yes.
And when we talk about industry, we're talking about entertainment industry.
Yes, entertainment. So growing up, my mom thought I was really shy.
Oh,
So,
you?
yeah. What do you mean? Not loud.
It's true.
So she thought I was really shy. So she enrolled me in some acting classes.
Okay.
And then I landed a pretty big agent while I was young. And then
How old were you?
10.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Were you shy?
I think I was, but when you're kind of like forced to like pretend you're not shy,
Okay.
you're like not forced. That's probably not the proper word, but like I had to learn a lot of monologues growing up. So you kind of have to put like your shyness away.
Wait,
and
why were
act
you learning how to? Why would you have to rehearse monologues for your family?
to get agents?
Oh, you're talking about when you
Yeah.
So did you want to become an actor? I guess.
I thought it was. I just thought. Well, I asked my mom, "What's an actor?" And she said, "Oh, it's like the Saturday shows you watch on TV." And I was like, "Okay, that looks fun."
At 10 or younger.
Yeah.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
So you get into acting school because your mom thinks it'll help.
Yeah, like stop my shyness, because I guess whenever she'd introduce me to like family friends, I'd always hide from, behind her. But I think
Okay.
that's pretty normal, like when you're a kid.
That's pretty normal.
Yeah. So she just thought I was going to be really shy, and so she enrolled me in acting classes, and that's just how I got started in learning monologues as a child, and just having a different. I would call a mask, because like let's say I was doing like a Disneyland commercial, I'd be like, go to Disneyland.
It wasn't really you.
No,
You were acting.
I was acting. My mom was like, smile more. I was like, that's so much.
Was your mom like a stage mom?
In the beginning, yes.
Tiger mom?
Yes.
True Filipino, like
Yes.
tiger mom. Like, what do you mean? She'd be like, "Hoy, you better study."
No, she doesn't even have an accent.
Oh, my bad. I'm just giving your mom an accent.
That's cute. I wish she had that. I'd probably like make fun of her. Yeah, my mom is such a tiger mom. Like she's one of them. Like I'd always show her like the accomplishments that I would do, and she kind of was like, "That's not good
enough." Oh man, that is
Yeah.
tough.
Yeah,
That is, so are you a perfectionist then?
I would say now I'm not, because I've learned that because she's such a perfectionist that I learned you will not get anything done.
Yeah.
And you're always like, it's like always the next year. Oh, but this needs to be done and that needs to be done. It's like you'll never start if you keep thinking you need to make this tweak and that. Sometimes you just have to like let it go.
Yeah.
So
I'm sure it took you a while to get there. Like for, because I've heard, from people who have parents like that, like nothing is ever good enough. Like you always strive to do the next thing and the next thing.
Yeah. So a lot of people, because if I was not good at one thing, then I'd start something else. And people are usually like thinking like, oh, how are you ever going to be good at one thing if you're always trying different things? But that was when I was younger. And I just thought, why not? Like, I'm young. Why not try so many different things? So, you know what you're really good at and what you really like and what you're passionate about. So I don't see it as like too much of a bad thing. But I think the way that she was such a tiger mom, she instilled a lot of discipline in me. So
Hard work ethic.
that helps.
Yeah. Yeah.
With today's day and age.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So then you land a pretty big agent. And
Yes, I did. And I never went to the auditions. No, just kidding.
What?
I'm just joking.
Oh, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah, I did a lot of TV shows and commercials growing up. So I got to be on set with a lot of the big celebrities that we grew up watching.
Amazing. Okay. So what are your, I guess, top 3 projects that you worked on if you could choose?
A top 3. Oh man, you're like making me go back to like when I was an
Baby
actress.
RT. Girl.
I would say it was Married with Children.
That's amazing.
That's
Tell me
gonna
about
age
that.
me.
I know. I'm wondering if anyone under like 24 even knows what Married with Children is. That was the show back then.
I know. And then Clueless. I really love Clueless.
What?
So I was on the TV show Clueless.
That's cool.
And then in my later years, I did a commercial with my old crush.
Your old crush?
Yeah, I don't have any like celebrity crushes anymore.
Okay, but who was your old crush?
James Franco.
What?
Yeah, I did a commercial with him.
You know, back in the day, maybe I could see
Right,
it.
back in the day,
Yeah,
like
but
Spider-Man
he's
times.
A little
I
sketch
know.
these days.
Exactly.
Okay.
So after I
Fair,
did that,
though.
after I did that, I was like, I don't have a crush on him anymore, and that usually happens
Okay.
to me. I don't know why.
After you meet your crushes, you're like,
Yeah.
you're not as like. I don't know. I don't feel like I would feel. If I met Chris Hemsworth, who is my current crush, I feel like I would continue to crush on him, girl.
Probably. Whoa, that laugh.
My husband knows. My husband knows that. Anyways, okay, it's not about me. It's not about me. What was the funnest part about those projects? I mean, who from those 3 projects were you like, this is amazing? Besides James Franco.
Oh, you know what? I actually worked on this film, but it never was released. But I would say I worked with Antonio Sabato Jr.
What?
Yeah.
Now talk about star back in the day.
Yes.
That's amazing.
Right. It was really cool working with him. He played my father in this film that I wrote. And
You wrote the film?
Yeah, I co-wrote it and co-produced it with this director. I don't know what happened to it, but anyway,
You worked on this huge project,
figure me out. I was like, you figure it out.
and that it never
When it
got.
came to like investing and pitching, he was really good at it, or supposedly. I don't really know what happened.
What?
It's like showbiz.
Oh gosh, that's normal.
It's so normal that you have to heal from. It's like you spend so much time. That's why I like art, because it's like with film, you spend so much time working on this, and then if you don't find the right distributor or the right investor, it like will never be made.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, so
Wow.
you'll spend your like so many years like working on a project, and you feel like you poured your heart and soul into it, and you really believe in it, and then
It never sees the light of day.
No, so that's why I'm like, I just have to like let go.
What? So did you actually like film it or no?
We did. We filmed the trailer for it, and it was great working with Antonio Sabato Jr. because he's actually, so I like to read books, and he reads books too. And it was just so refreshing to meet another actor who reads books. And so we
Do
would talk
actors
about-
not read books? Is that a stereotype?
They do actually, but some don't. Like when I was working on set with James Franco, between each take, he would take out his book and read it.
Okay.
And so
I guess, in general, like it's hard to find anyone who reads a book. I mean, right? I mean, I read books and my husband doesn't. Sorry, babe.
I read books too. But my boyfriend doesn't.
Okay. That's funny that our significant others don't read books. But I mean, that was your measurement of like, that is somebody who like you can relate to? Somebody who reads a book, picks up a book.
Yeah. Also because like usually these stars, you think they're kind of like so self-absorbed. And at the time, Antonio Sabat Jr., he was on Dancing with the Stars.
I'm Antonio and I read books like you. Is that like basically what you're saying?
I just thought it was a cool commonality. And
Yeah.
I was reading a book like about like the beatnik culture generation. And so he knew about it. I was like, whoa, he's smarter than me. I don't know. I'm just like a sapo sapien. I just love it when someone knows more things than me.
That's cool.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And so where did this project go? Did you ever see the finished product?
I saw the finished trailer.
Oh man.
It looks really good. I'll show it to people. But
I had no idea that that's what happens in the business.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It does. So there's a lot of like letting go in the business, especially in acting. Because, you know, you can spend your whole life auditioning, and really there's only like 3% of main actors who really get to see like the roles that you want to audition for. So I have a girlfriend who's part of the SAG, what's it called? The SAG Oscars or SAG Awards. And she told me she had an epiphany and she goes, oh my gosh, all these auditions we've been going for. And mind you, she does national commercials where she's making like 6 figures. And she just said, you know, we need to start making our own films. And I was already like 3 years in, but already like feeling burnt out because, again, you'll spend so much time writing. And sometimes when you put on your writing hat, kind of sad to say, but like time doesn't really exist. So there's a lot of like birthdays I missed.
Oh, wow.
Because of like...
You're just sacrificing a lot just to
Yeah.
pour your heart into a project. So I was looking, obviously, in your background, but there are some other projects I want to talk about. iCarly.
Oh, yeah. I don't know why I didn't even talk about that.
You were in iCarly. Tell me about that really quickly.
That was really fun. I auditioned for that. And then 2 weeks later, so I was doing a mentorship program at UCLA. And once you join that program, you can't leave it.
What? They keep you hostage?
Yeah, they're like, you can't accept any other jobs.
Oh, I get it. Oh,
But-
like acting jobs.
You can't like leave the program
Oh,
to do
wow.
any outside work. And I was mentoring kids who were like on big films. So in a way, anyways.
That's weird.
It was so weird because I'm like, how am I mentoring these kids who
Yeah.
are obviously on these blockbuster films?
Why are they listening to me?
Right.
When I can't like, okay.
That's
I'm
what
not
I
even,
thought.
yeah, we're not even on the same level at that point because I'm being
Yes.
stifled. Okay.
Yes. So I found out I got that role like 2 weeks later in, and then I had to make a choice. And you know, my mother was like, you got to do UCLA. And then I was like, but this is a really big TV show and I want to be on the TV show. So I chose the TV show.
Why did your mom want you to do UCLA? Just because that's like the Filipino dream,
Yeah,
part of just education, school, helping others.
exactly.
Got it.
But
And do you regret that decision?
no.
I'm so glad you said no. How was it? How was the
No,
experience?
I enjoyed it so much being on set. Like you had your own room, and it was just fun interacting with the other actors. And they have like a green room where they have a bunch of games and like,
Oh, that's cool.
you know, drum sets. So you're just literally having fun and playing and eating a lot of cool snacks.
But you're working. And
But
you're
I'm
getting
working.
paid for it.
Exactly. And let me tell you, that residual income definitely helped me during
Oh.
college. Like, you know, I still get checks every, like, till this day. So I don't regret it.
iCarly was so huge. Oh my gosh. When I saw that on your resume, I was like, that's cool. We have to talk about that.
Aw.
But also I saw that you worked with Aaliyah. Is that right?
Oh my gosh, yes. That was my first.
Okay, let me just tell you. I mean, who doesn't love Aaliyah? Seriously. Oh my gosh, tell me about that.
Oh my gosh. It was the first time I auditioned for any role.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
and I got it. And it was for her music video, Journey to the Past, that she sang for the animation movie Anastasia.
Like everyone knows Aaliyah's like, hits, but I loved that song and I loved the music video. But it really showed off her voice. That song really showed off her voice. So were you one of the kids in her music video?
Yes, I was.
You were?
I was like on the bike.
I was wondering, I was like watching it and I was like, is that Reena on the bike?
Shut up.
So how did you have to audition? You had to be on a bike?
No, actually, no. You know what they made? So they made us dance in the audition, and it was to Spice Girls. And
Girl,
we're like,
what?
tell me what you want, what you really, really want.
You were like, yeah, Mom, see, I'm not shy.
Yeah, exactly. So yeah, it was like we were filming that for a week at the Paramount Studios, and I mean, I didn't really know who Aaliyah was during that time.
I mean, you were really
I
young.
was
How
so
old were
young.
you?
10.
Yeah.
So I didn't know who she was, but she was just hanging out with us kids like on the downtime. And I remember like kind of annoying her. And I was like, why is the sky blue? And, and she was just so casually asking questions that I didn't really think, like she had no ego. And that was like, she was such a sweetheart.
Yeah.
And
How old was she when you filmed that video?
maybe she was like 19, 20. I
Okay.
don't know, maybe at that time.
Yeah. And so when you think back on, just who she was at the time and what do you think about now, like knowing who she is?
Oh gosh, she will forever be in my heart and soul just because she's such a gem and she's like such a delicate flower. And I've met other big celebrities and they were not at all what I thought they were. And getting to know her, she just had no ego.
Yeah.
She was like at the height of her career and she was just casually sitting next to me and we were just chatting it up and it felt like she was my big sister. It didn't even feel like,
Yeah.
oh, I'm Aaliyah or none of that ego. And that's what I really like about working with other actors because at the end of the day, we're still someone's daughter, someone's sister or brother, So that's what I loved about her. And she was really popular still then. Like, I remember Ray J and all these other big celebrities.
Oh my gosh, yeah.
Were like coming to the studio, like going
to visit her?
Yeah. But I didn't
Wow.
know who Ray J was until
Yeah.
later on. So it was just really cool how she really had that magnetism, but she wasn't, again, like not conceited. She was just very chill and relaxed. And I just miss when actors and, entertainers were like that. Now it's like you, like, let's say an influencer now, you get some followers. Now it's like it gets to your head.
Don't you know who I am?
Yes. So I kind of miss that.
Do you remember where you were when she passed away? Like when you heard the news?
Yeah, I was in LA. And I remember I was like in the living room and it came on and I just started crying.
How old were you when she passed away?
I think I was in high school.
Did you know then, like, who she was?
Yeah, I mean, she was rising. She was like in films at that point. So her fame rose and then she was shooting Rock the Boat, that music video, which really so sad. And I remember I was in the school bus listening to the CD and then some kid sits next to me in the school bus and he goes, "Oh, I worked on a music video with her." And I was like, "Huh?" And we both realized that we were, it was like, we were like 15 and we realized that we were on that same music video
No way.
together.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How many kids were in that music video? I feel like there were a ton.
Maybe there's like 15.
Oh, okay. They just used the same shots of you on your bicycle.
Go from point A to point B and from point B to point A.
That's so much fun, though. That's so much fun. So when you got into acting, like, what was your dream? Like, what did you want to do? What was like your goal?
I wanted to be an A-list actress. So I wanted to be the first Filipina to win an Oscar.
Let's talk about that really quickly. I want to unpack it. And it's a lot to unpack in a podcast. But, just, when you were starting as an actress, there weren't a lot of Asians in the film industry. It's a little bit better these days, but I feel like that's probably what was against a lot of Asians back then was like, they don't see us as like the typical mom back then. You know what I mean? Like, you know how like Jennifer Lopez she can play Mexican, she can play Italian. Like she has all these different ethnicities in film. For us, like they wanted to put us in a box. Did you feel that? I mean, did you feel that that's what you were up against?
Yes, 100%. We're different. We kind of have a mixture of Asian and Spanish culture. So a lot of the times people wanted me to play Latina, but I'm like, I wasn't really Latina, you know? Or they'd always make you as the hooker or stripper or, and I remember one time like I got at it with my agent. I was like, I don't want to keep going for like these hot Asian girl roles. Like, why do I have to be this hot Asian? Like, I know it's like a fetish or something.
Exactly.
But I just didn't, or a nurse. But even then there wasn't that many like, it was just always like, we were always stylized as like something I didn't really want to portray.
The stereotype.
Yeah. So then now, because of us pushing forward and forward, now we can actually play more of ourselves. But yeah, even then it was like really challenging. So I had to pretend I was like the Latin girl in a lot of films.
Wow. Which is like obviously not fair, right? To actually like talented Latina actresses who could play that role. But now you're also seeing like families who are like more like there are more biracial families, mixed families in Hollywood. So do you feel like you missed kind of that boat, that, that opportunity because you've left the industry, or have you left the industry fully? We'll talk about this, what's behind us too.
So when I became an artist, I primarily was like, I want to be an artist full time, and I still have dormant relationships in the industry. But it was really funny because like 3 days ago, within an hour, I had my old music producer, someone in the industry, and then my agent hitting me up about film work. So I still have an agent in LA. So, but I'm not like as serious as I used to be, where I was like submitting on casting networks or Casting Frontier and like trying to submit myself all the time, or pitching myself, or sending cupcakes to agents or casting offices. Like I'm not like that.
Is that what you do? You send cupcakes just to be like, hey,
yeah,
I'm RT. Look at me. Wow.
Yeah, just to be like, hey, think about me for the next role that could come in. It gets expensive when you're a struggling actor.
Wow. I had no idea.
Cupcakes. And then just that fear of like going into the office and you're like,
Yeah.
or even if you can even get into the office. So that was like another thing. But I learned a lot of my hustle through acting, because it's just,
you gotta hustle in that industry.
Yeah.
Okay. So then you found success in acting though. I would say that what you did was success. I don't know if your mom would say that. Would she?
I don't know. My mom is so funny. So she would not really want me to do acting, but on Facebook, she would talk about the roles that I was in. So I was
why didn't she want you to do acting?
I was so confused. Because she really wanted me to pay attention to my scholastics more. Because while I was in college, I was still acting and going to school at the same time. But, it's like I was putting myself in college. So it's like I knew that if I, let's say, did a music video or landed a show, it would help pay for my college. Because I didn't get any help from anybody in college.
I didn't either. Yeah.
So,
girl, I was firstborn. So I just kind of like paved my own path.
Me too.
Yeah. And like, I don't know about your mom, but my parents came straight from the Philippines and they didn't know like what financial aid was. So I had to like fill all that out by myself and blah, blah, blah. But
Wow.
it's crazy how Filipino parents are though. Like
Yeah.
they see a certain path for us. And if we don't do it, they're disappointed, but yet they still will boast about us. They're so like, oh,
I know.
Okay, sorry, I know your mom doesn't have an accent, but that's what my parents were like.
I wish you did.
Okay, so you went from actress to artist. Tell me about that jump and tell me about what we're looking at behind us because, girl, you are talented. Like,
Thank you.
what? We're in the Bay. You know we're in the Bay.
Steph Curry piece right here, 3-point king. And this is my astronaut quantum entanglement painting.
I wore this NASA shirt, not
I
knowing.
know. You didn't even know.
No, I didn't know.
I really thought you knew I do analog astronaut training, which is
No.
why I was like, okay.
Which sounds so smart, by the way.
I was like, wow, she
I was
did
like,
her
what
homework.
is that? Okay. So tell me about how you became an artist.
I became an artist. So while I was filming that movie with Antonio Sabato Jr., every break I would just paint. And
So were you always naturally like an artist?
I never thought being an artist, like you could make a career out of it at all.
So you would just draw or paint or whatever.
Yeah, I was just paint as like therapy. And
Some
then-
people write, you would just draw or paint.
Yeah, because, well, I was already co-writing
Okay.
that film. So that was like, that
Ah,
became
I
work.
see. Got it.
Right? So I was like, okay, I need to do something other than writing or producing. And so painting was just like something I always did as a child for fun. And so I would be painting. And then I have a friend, Zane Carney. He, at the time, he was the bassist or guitarist for John Mayer. And I showed him my artwork. I'm like, oh, this is what I did for fun. like during the weekend.
You're actually laughing all the way to the bank now, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So he said, Reena, I know you want to be this big actress, but you should really try having your own art show. Just try to see how it is and feel it out. So I remember walking on Melrose and I was, I think my friend was having a meeting. So I was like, oh, let me just walk around, And I stopped by this gallery and I was, talking to the gallery owner, showing him my work. And he's like, oh, maybe you should try having an art show here. But I had to like put in the time and work for like maybe 8 months, for him to really take a chance on me because I was not like a known artist or anything like that.
Did you even
So-
have any work on like canvases or no?
I did.
Oh.
But
You were like a true, like you weren't just like painting on like notebook paper. It was like on canvas.
yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So I put in the time and work with him. I would go to the gallery a lot after that, help him with art shows. And then he gave me a chance one summer. And then there was one summer I literally sold half of the artworks
Wow.
in that show.
Like how many pieces?
Maybe like 12.
That's a lot. Right? I mean, I'm not an artist, but I feel like that's a lot, Reena.
And then
Is that a yes?
Yes,
Are you trying to
yes.
be humble right now?
I don't know. But it was
What was it? So
was
what
like
did you
instant
paint?
gratification
Yeah.
for me that I wasn't used to in the acting world. Because in the acting world, it's like you'll do this film or commercial and I wouldn't even see it sometimes. It'd be probably airing in another country or, you just never really see the finished product and you spend so much time on set. And then it's like, but with art, you could tweak things on the spot and it's like, was a different high for me.
Yeah. I mean, and people were looking at it right then and there, and you can actually talk to them about it.
Yeah. So the first art show I did was of Hollywood icons. Because me growing up in Hollywood, it's kind of dark, but I thought about death really early. And it kind of was just interesting to me how people will forget about you unless they watch your films or they listen to your music. So my way of creating art was, well, let's say no one watches or hears Michael Jackson, not that anyone wouldn't, but let's say, because I love Audrey Hepburn, I'm like, let's say no one really watches her films anymore because it's black and white and there's more and more films coming out. So what I would do is like, okay, well, let me create something for them, just because they were huge influences for me growing up, and painting was a way for them to live forever.
That's amazing. Which, you know, when you say that, like, that is not dark. I mean, I thought about, like, for some reason I thought about death too when I was when I was young. Like, and I don't know maybe what it was. It was maybe just my upbringing, you know, like my parents taught me, like, you have to be grateful for everything you have because it could be taken away at any moment. And maybe that's what it was. But that's amazing. And so it resonated, obviously, because people bought it. And then, so when did you jump into this? Because this is amazing. I've seen some of these pieces before.
Okay, so my NBA series. So instead of focusing on dead icons, I wanted to focus on. Girl, I wanted to focus on. Stop. Instead of focusing on dead people, let's kind of brighten up the town. So I focused on NBA icons because, believe it or not, when I was in acting school as an actress, my coaches would always liken being an actor as like being an athlete. And so a lot of the times they give quotes by Michael Jordan or, you know, the top NBA players. So I was like, you know what? Let me do it on, you know, and also the All-Stars was actually going to be in LA. Was it like 2017?
Okay.
So it was like a way for me to like prep for the All-Stars in LA and then
Like sell the art during that time. Smart.
Yes.
Smart. Okay.
I had to strategize.
Yeah. So smart.
So I painted, I think, I don't really remember. I'm horrible with numbers sometimes. Maybe 10 basketball players. And I had my own solo show for it, which I'm really proud.
Wow. So you went from being given a chance by an art gallery to having your own show.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Thank
That must have felt amazing.
It's like well, obviously it's just a different kind of art, even putting a show together. Besides putting up the art on the walls, like I want it to be an experience, like the whole event to be an experience. So with the NBA show, I actually had each painting, but I had it like, let's say well, maybe not, I shouldn't mention LeBron, but for LeBron, he likes to eat grapes. So I had grapes hanging by the painting so people would like grab on.
Wait, why don't you want to mention LeBron?
Because no one here in the Bay likes LeBron.
Oh, I was like, girl, what happened? What did he do? Did I miss something? Okay, that makes sense.
I can only talk about Curry here in the Bay.
That's so true, though. That's so true. Which, by the way, this is for sale, right?
Yes, it's for sale.
So, okay, let's talk about why you're in the Bay really quickly. We don't have to say any names.
Oh my God. I can't.
Reena, why are you here in the Bay?
Because I found myself a Bay.
Ooh, girl. Okay.
Okay.
And let's talk about that story really quickly.
Yeah.
You were in the Philippines and you met a Filipino guy who didn't live in the Philippines. He lived in Cali, right?
Yeah.
Okay. And so I'm telling your story
I
for
know.
you.
I'm like, go ahead. Just go ahead.
And so, okay, again, not naming any names, but what was it like meeting this guy? I'm leading you right to it.
I know. Well, first of all, I never really thought about dating. Oh my gosh, I'm getting too specific here. It was really great. It was great because there's a big Bay community when I was visiting the Philippines, and I never really like. I mean, I went to the Bay, but I didn't think about it as like, oh, I'm going to live here. Like, that's where I want to live. But everybody from the Bay was just so chill and cool. And, you know, meeting Filipino Americans from here, I was like, this is my kind of crowd. Like, this is my tribe.
And that's who you were like meeting while you were in the Philippines, were like people from the Bay.
mainly people from the Bay, and then there was people like from Europe, you know, or local Filipinos there, but you can kind of tell.
Who's from the Bay?
Yeah, like I was like, I get along with people from the Bay way better than
Yeah.
the other groups of people. And even though I got along with everybody, I'm like, this is my tribe. So I just wanted to hang around like that group more. And we would just have so much fun. And I just think like the culture was just so close to mine. And it's cool because he's from the Bay and I'm from LA. So we're both from Cali.
Okay,
so.
but you're not talking about how you met. And like, I mean, how long ago was this, RT?
So it's funny. We met last year.
Last year when?
Oh my gosh. You are just trying to.
Let's talk about the connection.
Okay, so let me tell you. He met me on my birthday.
Oh, okay. So it was really meant to be.
And then the second time I saw him at his birthday.
That's insane. Within the same week?
Okay, girl. Yes. We're like a week apart.
Wow. Not the same year, though.
No, not the same year.
Okay.
He's older than me. Thank goodness.
Okay, well, now you're in the Bay.
I like older men.
Okay. How much older is he?
He's only a year.
I was going to say, girl, he ain't that much older than you.
No, I know.
I mean, I know that Asian don't reason, but he doesn't look
Right?
that much older than us. Okay, so and then
we hung out a little bit before New Year's.
okay.
And then we hung out during New Year's.
Got it. And we're now in March.
I know.
This was just a few months ago.
I know.
What did you tell me before the camera started rolling?
That I don't want to talk about relationships.
Besides that. No, I mean, listen.
You have a way with people.
Here's the thing. We are not young. We're not spring chickens, right? So we've dated. We know what we want. We know what we don't want. When you met him, what was it? Like, did you know right away?
No, actually, I didn't think I even liked him.
What?
But it was funny because we were, always in a group of people, and him and I would always talk. And then I'm like, why? I'm like, hey, I don't know. Just him and I just felt so comfortable with him. But I didn't think I liked him. In fact, I kind of like tried hooking him up with my
That's funny.
friends, but it wasn't like a real hookup.
Yeah.
It was just like,
A suggestion.
oh, look, like she's really pretty.
Okay, well, good thing it didn't work out with them.
Yeah. And then he was like, she's not my type. And then I was like, what's your type? And he like wouldn't tell me.
He was like, you?
Yeah, he didn't tell me though. And then I was talking with my tita in the Philippines, and she's like a typical tita. And she goes, I was like, yeah, I tried hooking him up with so-and-so. And he's like, what? Well, why would you do that? Like, you're more of his type than she is. And then right when she told me that, which is really funny because he was right next to me while I was talking to her on the phone. And we both shared eye contact. And then I think that's when we knew.
The light bulb went off in your head.
Yeah,
and
I was
you were
like, oh my gosh, I've been hanging out with him this whole time, and I really just thought he was a friend.
And then you were like, actually.
Yeah, and it's funny because he teases me. He says, yeah, like when we were first friends, you kept answering the phone like, what's up, yo, yo, yo.
You sound like you're from the Bay.
Right? Say it blends in. And then he said that once he knew that I liked him, I was soft with him on the phone. I was like, hi.
Oh, that's when he knew that he got you.
Yeah.
That's cute.
I know.
Okay, well, you're here in the Bay because of Bay, which means your art is here too.
Yeah.
So what are you hoping to do? What do you have next to you? Like, what are you hoping to do here in the Bay with your art?
So I actually have an art show in North Beach at a gallery.
Oh, girl.
In the summer.
Yay.
So I'm going to create more artworks.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Living icons, dead icons this time.
It's probably going to be more of my abstract
Okay.
series.
Oh, I love abstract. Okay, girl, I'll check you out.
Yeah.
Okay. I have a few questions for you before we go.
No, don't go.
Have you ever been starstruck?
Yes.
Who? Besides James Franco.
Selma Hayek.
Girl, what?
I know.
Oh, I love her. Was she nice? Oh, you're hesitating.
Well, it was funny because she was in like a meeting with some pretty powerful women. Mm-hmm. But I was not even shy to talk to like her higher ups. I didn't really talk to her.
Oh.
Because I was like just so focused on
Focused on what?
like the other people.
Oh.
Even though I met all of them, it
Yeah.
was like, and then we were both using the bathroom at the same time. So I thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be my chance to meet her. But she like rushed out.
I was going to say, you had an encounter with Salma Hayek in the bathroom? That's cool.
I don't know why. Like, I know she was talking to like this really big producer, and I wasn't even shy to talk to the producer. I was more shy to talk to her.
Yeah.
But we all like,
Because you were fangirling.
yeah, it was so
Does
crazy.
she have that aura about her? Like, she looks like she has that aura about her, like boss babe, boss girl.
Yeah, she does. I'm still kind of starstruck right now thinking about it. I'm
She's
like, what could I have
gorgeous.
done differently?
God, she's gorgeous.
Oh,
okay.
she's a role model for me.
Did she look as beautiful in person as she does
Yes.
in film?
Yes.
Amazing.
Like exactly
I love that for her.
how you would think. Like, you know how some people you meet, you go, oh, you look a little different. But she was just as gorgeous and
Love
as
that.
petite like me.
You are petite. How tall are you anyway?
Tiny. I'm 5'2".
Girl, like every other Filipino. I don't know what happened to me. I'm almost 5'8". Okay.
Wow. I know. That's so beautiful.
It's hard.
Model vibes.
No, it is hard. Like when you're like in 7th and 8th grade and all the boys are shorter than you, especially all like, I'm sorry, but all the Asian boys.
Well, luckily your husband's tall.
I know. I was like, wait, what happened to you? How did you get so tall?
Aww.
Okay. Have you met a celebrity who ended up being much different than you thought?
Yeah.
Good or bad?
Bad? I guess I'll say bad to like contrast it.
Okay. Who? Can you say who and what happened?
I don't really want to like, do I have to like
You
badmouth
don't have
people?
to.
Let's just say I did a show on Married with Children, and one of the actresses,
Ooh, actresses.
just to give you a hint,
Okay.
I thought she was going to be nice, but she was like mean.
What, did she do something to you?
She was just very mean. I asked her for an autograph, and she
And?
was just like, go away.
She said, go away.
Yeah, and then one of the main actors in that show was like, no. Like, you know, he had to like save it.
Oh, no.
But I just like, I started to look at her so differently just because I didn't think she was going to be that
Oh,
mean.
no. How old were you?
10.
No. She said
Yeah.
no to baby
She
RT.
was so mean. And I was like, oh my God.
Who does that to a kid?
Not.
Okay. You know what? I don't want to know who did that to you. Well, my next question was highest maintenance actor or actress you've ever met.
I don't think I met anybody like that, but I've heard stories of other actors, like of director friends who got bigger budgets and they were like, oh my gosh, I didn't know. It's really like this. Like
Yeah.
they needed spa days. They needed a whole, I guess there was one, oh, I don't even want to say because I actually like her and I understand. You know, just a lot of these actors, like they have their own way of doing things, their own processes. So sometimes even though it's the day of the shoot and there's like 100K on the line and they're like, I don't want to shoot for 12 hours.
And you can say that? I guess at that
when
level.
you're that level, like I remember one director was like, yeah, this was my big shot. And all she wanted was like a bottle of Henny and some weed. But I couldn't touch her for 12. I mean, not touch her, but I couldn't like shoot her for 12 hours. But everything, like everything was booked. So he was losing money. But then he said once she was ready, she brought in the A game and it was worth it. So,
Oh, girl, that's too much stress for me. No wonder you got burned out. Oh my gosh, that's a lot. Okay. What's the youngest role that you've ever played? Like youngest age that you've ever played? Because girl, when I'm seriously like Asian don't reason. You look like you could play like a 15-year-old
Oh my God,
right now to this day.
I love you. I guess I played a 15-year-old.
And how old were you?
Oh gosh, I was 28 at the 29 at the time.
No. Girl.
I played a 15-year-old at a Catholic schoolgirl.
God. Talk about stereotype, but still like wow.
I couldn't believe it.
Seriously, like
then
your genes.
I mean, it's our Filipino genes, you know?
100%.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Okay, that's a flex. If you could collaborate with any artist or filmmaker, who would it be?
Dead or alive.
Any.
Basquiat.
I don't even know who that is, but that sounds amazing.
So I have a Basquiat piece right there, and that's a limited edition Basquiat print. And I take pride in that because I like, people collect shoes, purses, whiskey, tequila, or whatever. I collect art. So, yeah, it's one of I really want to work with him.
Is he alive?
He's dead. Oh. Or Tupac, but he's dead too.
Girl, that would be, shoot, that would be an amazing collab. Like art with Tupac or music with Tupac?
I just feel like him and I would be like best friends.
I feel like we would be besties too, like me and Tupac.
And we would just work on everything together. Like poetry, art.
Oh my gosh, I love Tupac. Okay, what's something about you? By the way, did you know that Tupac's mom was from here or lived here?
No.
In the Bay? Yeah, girl, look it up. Yeah.
Oh my gosh,
everything leads back to the Bay. Okay, what's something about you that people might not expect?
Wow, that's a really great question. That I'm probably not a bad cook. It's funny because when me and my boyfriend were first talking, he's like, "Do you cook?" And I was like, "No." But it was only because like it's been a while since I've cooked for anybody.
It's been a while since you've wanted to cook for anyone.
Exactly.
Let's get that right, girl.
Exactly.
You will not invest time in the kitchen for just anybody.
Exactly. So I like it because he actually like says he likes my food.
Okay, girl.
Which I'm like, I feel so.
You be making some chicken adobo or some like spaghetti? Like what do you make? Like Filipino food or like American food or whatever?
I made some quiche. You want some?
Oh, that sounds good. I've always wanted to make quiche, actually. I want your recipe. Okay, last few questions. Red carpet glam or chill night at home?
Oh, chill night at home.
100%.
Yeah.
Sneakers or heels?
Oh, sneakers.
Sames. But did you like back in the day, like dress up, like, clubbing days, dress up in your like BB dresses with your like 5-inch Jessica Simpson stilettos?
How did you know that was my
outfit?
Gosh.
We should have been friends.
That was literally my outfit. Because Jessica Simpson had those really comfortable heels.
They were so comfortable, but they were like 5-inch stilettos.
I know, but they were comfortable. I was like, what? Oh my gosh. Yeah, I used to, oh my gosh. In fact, when I would go to red carpets, I would actually get a stylist, a makeup artist, a hairstylist.
Oh, I love that.
Just for a red carpet. Then as I started to care less and less about acting, I would just show up in like my art clothes.
Sneakers.
Care.
But like that's what girls do these days. They go to the bar in like jeans and like just sneakers. They don't do the heels anymore. Like you can spot a millennial from 1,000 feet away because they're still out there in their heels. By the way, I was looking at some pictures like of me going out clubbing back in the day, and there are some heels. Like, did you ever wear heels where like your toes would like grab onto the edge? Did you? Or did you have friends? Or did you ever look at girls out there and you're like, man, those toes are like clinging on for life?
Yes, I had a couple pairs like that.
So ugly.
I'm like, why did I wear those heels in the first place? You thought you were being cute and
not
sexy.
Cute. No, when you look at the pictures and like there's like
it's like Jurassic Park just took over.
Sneakers for life. Okay, couple more. Acting or painting?
Painting.
You are so talented. I cannot wait to see you at North Beach this year.
Yay. You
Okay.
better pull up.
I will pull up, girl. Music while painting or complete silence?
Music while painting.
What kind of music are you bumping?
It really depends who I'm painting. Like, I do like method acting. So what I used to do with my art, with my acting, like method technique, I take it with my art.
Ah,
So if
I
I'm
love that.
painting Tupac, I'm going to listen to
Yeah.
Tupac all day.
yeah, girl. Okay, I love it. I'm seeing you here. Okay, I'm seeing how you get to work here. Okay,
Yeah.
Jollibee chicken or home cooked ulam?
Jollibee chicken.
I know it's so
I
good.
can't help it.
I don't know what they do, but that skin is crispy. Okay, halo halo or leche plan?
Hello, hello.
Because you can like pick the ingredients that you want. Okay, last but not least, karaoke showdown or beach trip with the homies?
Oh gosh, that's so hard.
I know.
I
what?
guess
Do it all.
I guess it depends if I'm feeling introverted or extroverted.
Okay.
But
Are you an introvert extrovert?
yeah,
Same.
I guess when I'm extroverted, I'll do the karaoke showdown.
Yeah. I love it.
Yeah.
Did you have a magic mic growing up?
Yes, I did, and then I think it got stolen, or I don't know where.
You know they don't make magic mic anymore.
What?
That's what I heard. Yeah. For those who don't know what magic mic is, it is a karaoke
Yeah.
machine that you can
has-
use at home
Yeah,
that all the Filipinos have or had because they don't make it anymore.
we're Filipino. We always have a karaoke machine.
Yeah, girl. And most of us can sing too. Can you sing?
I don't think I can. I don't think so.
You're so talented, but that's the one thing you can't do. Fair.
Like I've released a few
Oh,
singles,
gosh.
but when you hear my
Oh, wait,
Filipino,
what? You released a few singles? Wait, how did
Yeah.
I not know about this?
because
Is it on
I
Spotify?
try to scrub it off the internet.
Is it on Spotify?
I think I scrubbed it off Spotify.
Did
no,
you-
but you can see some on like YouTube.
That's cool. Did you ever have it on MySpace?
I don't think I did music. I don't think I did music during MySpace during that time.
Were you on MySpace?
Yeah, I was on MySpace.
Oh my gosh. I loved MySpace. Did you know that I went on a few dates with Tom
Shut.
from MySpace? Yes. Girl, I know. But the only
Was
reason
he like this? Did you go?
he was actually really, really nice, but I was like, it was like during the height of MySpace. I was like, this guy has a girl in every city. So I think we went on a couple dates and that was it. Anyways, Reena, thank you so much for sitting down with me.
Thank you.
How was it? We didn't even
Painless.
get into like a lot of things
I
like
feel like we could extend this podcast
I know.
to so many different
our parents,
episodes.
our Filipino parents. We'll come back for episode 2
Okay,
or
great.
part 2.
I love it.
All right.
Yeah.
Thanks, Reena.
Thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.
Yeah, in the bay.
From LA to the Bay.
Hey.